Yeah.
Everyone's getting deliveries.
Rockstar life. Okay, guys.
That's why you guys are broke the same day. You get delivery 6 times in one day.
Yeah.
Artists Cooperative Building in Point St. Charles, but it's freaking necessary. Like the one here in Saint Henri over on Acorn, I think it's 3,000 people they feed every week. But they have a big infrastructure, salaries, money, grants, like thousands of dollars, right? This guy at Christmas is like, he fed 1/10, like 300 people at Christmas, okay? Which is 1/10 the amount of people that they did. He's all alone, no money. So, you know, in terms of efficiency, is I'll go with him.
My name is Darren. I come from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've been in Montreal steady since 2002. Stuck on disability since I had my stomach removed for cancer prevention surgery. I didn't actually have the cancer, but I had the gene. I probably would have gotten it, considering 13 family members, I think it was. In 10 years got it, including my dad. It was the spring before the surgery. Someone came up and offered me a fridge because I mentioned it before to my friend, and then my friend came with another friend and it's like, oh, I got this fridge. Right, let's do it right now. And I was like, okay, Dean, let's do this. And we put the fridge in the hallway, got some people to build this little thing to kind of try and hide it from the landlord. And we built it slowly so we didn't notice anything changed because he's kind of slow. So if you build things too fast, you'll be like, what's going on there? But if you build it nice and slow, then he doesn't really notice something's happened because he's kind of out to lunch.
So this is all free again. This is actually from the drop from last night. So what I do is I drop half at Little Burgundy and half in the Hen. Couche-tard. And this is an emergency grocery. It's pretty much all dumpster. It's been 5 years I haven't bought any food.
It's just always there in my mind, having been on the street so long and always poor. It just made sense to want to help feed people around me. I think it was 96 or 97, I'm not sure, when I first moved to Winnipeg. There was one starting up in Osborne Village. It didn't last long, but some psycho poisoned the food, so people got really sick and they figured out what happened, so we had to shut the project down. Yeah, there's always that asshole. Well, I went on the Saint Henri Facebook group and I asked for a tarp and I asked for a chain so I could chain it up so no one could steal it. So I knew that's been a problem with people's fridges. So people will steal them. I got a chain, lock. People brought me everything I needed to pretty much get it going. Extension cord.
Well, my name is Catherine. I come from a little town up north called Joliette. I've been living in Saint Henri for 6 years. In life, I am an IT technician. But other than that, yeah, pretty much a simple girl that likes her neighborhood. So the first time I heard about the fridge project was when I saw that Darren was posting for requests for people to make spaghetti sauce. So he was looking right before the holidays around November. He was looking for people to make spaghetti sauce with him so that we can give back to the project in the neighborhood.
And then we put it outside and I was like, I'm gonna need something to do. Like, I can't just sit around and do nothing. Like before, I was always squeegeeing, I was always out panhandling in traffic, hitchhiking, partying. Now if I'm gonna do the surgery, I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna need shit to do, right? So I was like, community fridge, that'll keep me busy from time to time. So I saw the opportunity and I ran with it.
Right now, my role is I'm taking care of setting up everything that's IT related. So like the email, trying to work on the Facebook page for the group that's not up yet, but we're working on that. Trying to find a way to communicate better, get involved as many people as possible, but in the right way. So dividing the tasks, gathering names, and planning the cook-offs. I'm also involved in the kitchen, so planning recipes, planning what we need for the recipes and how much we're gonna cook and when we're gonna do it.
What is the hardest thing to deal with in your project?
Currently? It's a toss-up between donations and people taking too much food. because it's not supervised at all. So like if I put a box of brownies in the fridge, someone will take the whole box instead of taking 6 brownies. And then there's just not having enough food. Like,
It's only people of Fatah who fucking scavenge the fridge.
that's why I'd put more the other fridge. I'd just give like a third to them and 2/3 to them is what I'd do.
No, I wanted to do half and half, but I think I'm gonna do like
2/3.
1/3, 2/3.
Yeah, 1/3
Because
to
I
them.
prefer that the families of Little Burgundy
Yeah.
feed their
Well,
kids.
fuck, man. You only found out.
Fucking bunch of lazy punks, they're drunk all the
went to
time.
Mike Desh's house, right? Mike Desh's house, wall to wall dumpster food, fridge fucking full, and he doesn't fucking.
real?
And he doesn't put anything. He puts bread in the fridge. That's all he puts in the fridge, is bread. And then he still takes fucking meals.
Mike Desh,
Yeah,
the hippie,
yeah,
with the van.
yeah. He's full fucking food. He doesn't
He
put
can
shit.
dumpster himself.
He did dumpster himself. He does where he got all the food. But he doesn't bring anything for the fridge. He puts bread. He's gonna put a bunch of bread.
It's their bread. Nobody
What the fuck
thinks
do I want
that.
fucking bread for, dude?
We can actually make beer.
And like same with it, there's a bunch of people that dumpster dive and they still eat out of the fridge. Like what the fuck are you eating out of the fridge when you have fucking your house is full of dumpster food?
Ariane,
Ariane's bad for it too. She takes a lot. Same with the fucking people.
she
that,
lets it rot in her fridge. That's what pisses me off.
She what? She lets it rot in her
I go out of my way, head first in the dumpster, and she lets it rot, and she's a hippie.
Yeah.
she lets it rot in the fridge. She was.
That's not
I
fucking
know, I
hippie
know,
to me.
man. I know.
Hippies, back in our days, because I'm one. I'm a hippie punk. Whatever.
Never waste anything.
No, I mean, go back to the community. You take, you give.
I'm not good at organizing, so I don't bother learning it. But these other folk, they're right good, and they're just doing some amazing work.
Okay, my volunteering team. This team is awesome. It's like the best team in the world. We have so many volunteers that I can't name them all right now. The main core organization for project management, I would say, there's Sarah, there's Jen, there's Julie, me, and then Darren is like our spokesperson. So we're 4 girls and Darren organizing and planning what we have. Outside of that, we have a team of drivers. People that just volunteer to drive food around, either pick up food or drop off food. I'm thinking about Dean. We have people that volunteer to donate money or donate goods. Some people do it on a regular basis, some people do it a little bit more sporadically. We have volunteers for cooking, people that want to come and help us cook, because that cafe volunteered their kitchen, so we can use their kitchen to cook there. We have volunteers that will, so we have the cooks, we have the drivers, we have the project management team, we have the donations team, and we have a comms team. We have people that actually translate things for us, or that overview the messages that we're gonna post on social media. That's also huge.
Yeah, there's residents. I'm not sure how many. I don't really keep track of what people do, you know. But people, they will cook stuff and then they'll bring it to me. I'll divide it up and then I'll put it in the fridge. Guys, and it's my fucking fridge for the neighborhood.
Exactly.
So divide these up into 4. So
Keep up the good work, and I can't wait to take that
8,
party shit
9,
off.
10,
Yes.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Divide, or we can use like those, whatever containers you have. The lentils, I'll just leave like this. Yeah, it's gonna be easier if I take care of the vegan ones. Okay.
Okay, so you're just gonna be strictly vegan?
Yeah, so like we can put like, yeah, I'll do strictly vegan, this way like,
Okay, I'll mark that down in the cook group.
yeah.
Building over there, there's a lot of people who are depressed and like alcoholics and whatever, you know, drug users and this and that. It's, you know, we all know them, and you know, it kind of, they fold in on themselves, you know, they don't really want to be positive and try to do something on the exterior or anything like that. You know, now that he's, you know, got the shit together now, you know, and he's, you know, it's not 100% over there, you know, because they used to like work like a motherfucker, and all the shit would disappear within like literally 3 hours because one person in the building was showing up and take everything. You know, I was like, there's other people in the neighborhood, and you know, it's like, come on, you know, hoarding.
So the last time we cooked together as a group, we did shepherd's pie. So when we did shepherd's pie, it was still decentralized, so meaning like in people's kitchen at home, and then we bring it back to a central place. After we did the shepherd's pie, I did the vegan shepherd's pie, and I had a lot of lentils left. So I did like a mix of lentils that tasted like meat, but there was no meat in it, because we always try to do vegetarian, vegan food and meat food. So after we did the shepherd's pie in February, we still had, I still had a lot of lentils left. So I went back to Zeg kitchen, like the Zeg cafe kitchen, and cook rice with lentils. We made like lentil rice salad, and we dropped that off at the fridge, and I think we made like above 20 portions of that. So that's the last thing I cooked. But for the shepherd's pie, we totaled close to 100 portions.
Oh yeah, it's nice and creamy. Yeah. Yeah, at Christmas there was actually someone that contacted another lady and was suspicious that I was profiting off of this. And I was like, really? I knew someone was gonna come up with that yet. Fucking people. Like, there's no way he does all that just cause. It's like, dude, you don't even get it. Like, I can't do anything. I'm not allowed to work. I'm not allowed to do anything right now. You know? I had surgery. I'm supposed to stay home, be on disabilities. I can't fucking work. Even though all they do is give me like 85 more fucking dollars. Like, that's, what type of fucking help is that? You know? So, figured, fuck, I gotta do something. But I'd like to get doing more than just once a month. Like, I'd like to cook twice a month, and then 3 times a month, then 4 times a month. Like, at least once a week would be great.
I would say that the hardest thing to deal with in the project is the organization between the characters, the different types of people that are involved. So you have people that are very forward, that really want to act, but they're only gonna act now. So if you lose their interest, then you lose them forever. Versus you also have people that are ready to get involved in the long run, but want to get involved just sporadically, so just little by little. So if you try to involve them as fast and as quickly as you involve the other people, then you lose them at that point, because they don't want to be there 24/7. So it's dealing with the people that want an answer now, all the time, as soon as you're awake, and also dealing with the people that they don't want to be contacted unless there's a real need for them. Managing all those different point of views, those different opinions, those different schedules is probably the most challenging part right now.
Home cooked food. You know, and then once the local businesses in the Saint Henri area have my back, and other businesses from around the city will be like, man, this guy's doing a good thing, like, let's shoot him a couple bucks every month, you know? If I can get it going that way, that'd be my preferred method of expanding this program for funding it, is definitely private sponsorship. The civilians be offering more help to other civilians when the government is supposed to be here taking care of us. You know, it's turned into a civil action where we're having to take care of ourselves. What do we need the government for then? You know? We don't. Ultimate goal is to get beyond a fridge. I want to have a place where people can come get groceries every day. Like where every day, say Super C is going to throw something out, or this restaurant or that restaurant, they're going to throw something out, they give it to me. And every day people can come by and get groceries. You know, every day it'll be different. You know, just be what was donated from the night before. I want to have a soup kitchen. I want to have a warm-up shelter where people can sit for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, get out of the cold in the winter, get out of the hot in the summer. Community kitchen, cooking classes, maybe even a drop-in for youth. Have like a little small center somewhere here in Saint Henri. I don't want a lot of red tape. That's the problem with the government. Rules and regulations, and that screws up projects like this. It kills projects like this. Like literally stops them dead in their tracks because their rules and regulations need to be adjusted. You know, technology's changed, the way we preserve food has changed. I've never met a single politician, and I've met lots. They always end up corrupt. Or they give up because they realize it's too corrupt and they're like, screw this, I tried to change this shit, but there's no changing it, it's too far gone. And they realize the system's broken, so they walk. And when politicians are walking from away from their own system, because they see the problems in it, people need to wake up. You know, we're doing research on how to get to the moon, and how to bring back the woolly mammoth, and they just made a Canadian maple leaf out of human tissue. Who the fuck cares about a human tissue Canadian maple leaf when you probably put $2 million into that? With that $2 million, I don't know how many people you could have fed, but an absorbent amount of people could have been fed, housed, clothed. Yeah, I don't even use the bottom right now, it's too dirty. I gotta wait till spring to clean it. It happens every winter, you know, it's kind of hard to clean. It's freezing cold weather.
Hi. Hey, Darren.
How's it going?
Good. Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's meat ravioli,
Dude,
patties, and some
just
gnocchi.
like going to buy some pasta sauce. That's awesome. Dog! Dog escaped.
Yeah, it's one of the document meat sauce cheese things. So.
We just collected enough change together.
And then there's the track side. If you want to check out the track side, see the tracks are right there? There's actually houses back here.